Hey, little guy. Hey. Hey. Uh-oh.
Your umbrella is so cute. Mine's just a normal old golf umbrella.
You know what? It's better because yours is way bigger than mine. I've got
Well,
this teeny tiny little area to stay under.
You got that teeny tiny little body to keep under it.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's all good.
I got broad shoulders.
I know, but I need an umbrella like that to keep my whole body from getting wet.
I have an idea. How big is my umbrella?
It's pretty big.
I'm willing to make the sacrifice and trade you umbrellas.
No way, I'm not gonna do that to you.
Awesome, I don't really want to.
But the catch is you gotta carry this.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. We have another rainy day here at Shady Acres.
It's been raining all morning, guys.
It's been raining. I'm pretty sure they're calling for it for a while, and I looked at the radar and it's just like rain cloud just over our area.
Yep.
But you still got to take care of your animals, even if they throw up and sneak away to come eat it.
Sicko.
Did you clean it up, buddy?
He did.
You silly boy.
So gross. That's why you don't eat worms, dude.
Oh, did we get some of the bird worms today?
We got some of the bird worms today. He didn't want to listen very well.
Fun. Have you checked the potential new nest up here yet?
Not today.
A little update on the guinea eggs in the incubator. Nothing.
They're still incubating.
They're still incubating. They just spin around. There's absolutely nothing to see, nothing to show you.
Hi, birds.
Oh, they're having their council meeting, aren't they? It's so hard to run a camera and do this at the same
Here,
time.
let me hold your umbrella for you.
Oh, that would be wise. Well, that was just a little bit of listening. But he's gonna push the birds.
Oh my gosh, seriously?
Burn man.
They don't want to be in the rain. What a jerk.
At
on, Bruno.
least he's staying calm. As long as they don't flutter and run too fast. He's doing exactly what Nala taught him.
He's hurting them. Oops, sorry.
This is the problem with the two umbrella setup, is somebody's got to have a free hand. Bruno, come on, bub. Bring him this way, big guy. If you're going to hurt him, at least hurt him over here. Come on, buddy. All right, I'm going to let you work on him for a minute. I'm curious to know. It's been 2 laying sessions, 2 days since the 2 original eggs, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Come on, Bruno.
So there should be, if they're still laying up here,
Come on.
I think there should be like 6, 8, upwards of maybe 9 or 10 at most. Okay, there's my monument.
Come on.
Oh no, it's just the 2. That means this ain't the nest.
How many are there?
There's only 2.
Oh, bummer. So they're laying somewhere else.
They're laying somewhere else. Bruno, you found that nest the last time, big guy. You wanna pull your weight around here a little bit and do it again? Help us out? He's like, I can't do it in the rain, Mom.
I know.
The smells are all muted. Look at that coat. Your gray's really shining through. Hey, don't you eat those eggs. You leave it. He says, you told me to find it. I know it.
Hey, I just want to say, this is a really peaceful rain.
This is.
I mean, now that it's kind of lightened up a little bit, it's really nice out here.
It didn't start that way. It started with just hail.
Hail, pouring down rain.
Hail.
Yeah.
I had to go out and man the awning a little bit because I had it all the way out.
Yeah.
And it started sagging real low, holding all the hail and all the water. So, you know, you go into make sure all the boots are underneath the boot shack and all that good stuff, and you rush to get it all done and knock all the hail and water off. He's headed
Look at
back.
his cute little trot. Yeah, you.
Yes, if we're coming. So the weather was not like this yesterday. We had it was partially cloudy, mostly cloudy, so it wasn't like blistering hot, but it was humid. Nonetheless.
Hey!
Did you bring an egg down, you goof? That's why you were trotting. Is that the only one in your mouth?
Yeah, it's the only one he had in his mouth. You little sneaky little thing. He says, I want some scrambled eggs.
That's you, little goober. Definitely not another one in his mouth, are you sure?
I don't think he can fit 2 in his mouth.
I wouldn't put it past him. I can tell you if he could figure out how he would. So yesterday, this is not how the weather was, and we were able to get some stuff done. I think they're...
Drop it.
Bruno.
Come here. Come here.
It's so hard not to laugh when stuff like this happens. It's frustrating. He knows what he's doing. There is definitely another egg in that boy's mouth. Bruno.
Come here. Okay, drop it.
Somebody just ate their words, huh?
I sure did. I didn't think he could fit 2 in his mouth, but he sure did. He's got a big mouth.
Oh.
Are you wanting some eggs this morning?
80% of his head is just that mouth.
Is that what you're trying to tell me? You want some
mister,
eggs?
That's not how we go about that.
That's not how we go about that.
Now I know those birds aren't going to lay there. Maybe you already knew that, you little
Maybe
stinker.
you already knew that. Look at him.
Mom,
I have to scramble these for you, okay?
Please, can I? Please, please, please. Well,
You little stink pot.
yeah, and the trick is when you go to scramble them, don't let him put 2 and 2 together to realize that that's what those are. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, he's just going to be bringing eggs home all
Be like,
the time.
I found the eggs.
Hey, get down, mister.
Okay,
Boy,
here's the
you
thing.
are struggling without your collar on.
He really is. I gotta set these down because I can't cook them right now.
I just need
so.
this awning to follow us around.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like the little tent thing you made for me for splitting wood. Like if we get a full-size tarp to go over that, we'll just carry that everywhere we go and then we can stay underneath it, right?
Yeah, great idea, babe.
The biggest problem with this rain, guys, we've been sharing this with you and it has been an ongoing problem. The goat pen is a disaster. And we're getting to the point, honestly, where we're concerned for the goat's health. We're concerned for Herc's health. Hercules doesn't know there's mud. The guy just walks right through it. And that's okay, but days like this where it's just soaking wet, I imagine when he walks through it and then he goes and gets in his house and he lays down, he's got that mud and whatever crud kind of caked in his pads of his feet. And I don't like that. That moisture, can cause rashes and other problems if he has some kind of cut or something. Same for the goats. They just will not even walk in it. So I took a ramp that we had that we were using in one of the nurseries and I was able to lay it so that Blue and her kiddos can walk across that to get into their nursery. Long story short though, we're gonna have to do something drastic. It's not gonna be in this video, I'm sorry, but likely in an upcoming video, we'll get some footage of that. Just to throw it out there, we're discussing redesign of the current pen. We're discussing, kind of assessing what we have around here that we could maybe use as a different barricade. And the shelter may look funny the way that we may have to enclose it. I don't know, but we've got to get them out of this mud because just when it starts to make a little bit of progress in the right direction, boom, it comes in again.
Pretty hot and heavy.
Pretty hot and heavy. So I do think this rain is supposed to stop here in about an hour or two. The goats, you guys know, they're spoiled rotten. They're happy, they got hay. So we actually are just holding off until the rain stops so we can get them out here. If we go in there and try to feed them, we may be falling, slipping in the mud. They're gonna be in the mud. And of course, goats don't prefer to be out in this weather. So they're all just cuddled up in the palace right now.
Yep.
And Hercules is resting. But guys, I gotta admit, gotta tattle, it stinks right here. Different stink than the black tank like we've told you in the past where, the sewage, all that stuff. Different stink, and it's been bad, like getting worse progressively over the last 2 days. So I was under the impression that maybe there were some guinea eggs somewhere we didn't know about and they were rotting and bleh, because it's that kind of funk. And I would only know that because when I was a kid, I hid Easter eggs in my closet and forgot about them and they stunk really bad. I think Mom's already told.
That story, yeah.
I think Mom already told it, but if not, and you heard how fast I was, now you know I did that one time. I was a kid. I was 25. Just kidding. So it smelled like that. Well, our Blackstone is up here by the camper. And Shannon, a lot of times we'll scramble the eggs out here or we'll make a meal that has eggs in it or whatever. And of course it's got that grease trap on the back and then I thought,
Forgot to clean it out.
We had some egg that had fallen back in that grease trap. So yesterday after church, we're like, hey, I have an idea. I think it's that grease trap. We threw that away. I'm feeling good about it. And the smell persisted. Kept getting stronger and it would come in waves. And it's just like, what's going on? So here in a little bit, I'm gonna take you down I found what the smell is. And if any of you can guess what it is before I take you there, you deserve a big prize. I don't know what it is, but there's no...
I don't think anybody will guess this one.
Yeah, no, just Stan. Just our neighbor Stan. He could guess it. But yeah, I'm going to show you guys that here in a little bit. Got to prepare you. I don't know what it looks like today. If you got weak stomachs, be ready. Yeah, you could fit about 5 of you, maybe 7 underneath that.
Then how come you and I can't even fit under here together?
I think it's because I'm extra, extra large.
Oh, okay.
All right, Bruno man is up. He's being a good boy, but he was at the end of his batteries and then listening diminishes. So yesterday when it was hot and humid, Stan, my neighbor Stan, you guys have met him if you've been around a while, you've seen him in some videos, and he is always so willing to help us with anything, and I am so bad about asking for help. But he called me, he saw me go down the road with my trailer, and when I came back, I might have had some cattle panels on it. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Sorry, Dad. We'll get to that. But Stan saw me coming down the road with my trailer and my cattle panels, and my phone rings a few minutes later. He says, "Hey buddy, getting ready to work?" I said, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think we are." He said, "I'll be right there. I'm gonna lend you a helping hand." So that's his way of helping me learn to ask for help. And Stan, buddy, could not be more grateful for your help. We knocked this out. So here's some footage of us with Stan. I was trying to corral the animals, so it looks like Stan and Shannon are doing more work than I was.
Because we were.
Because they were, at least on this portion. So check this out.
Check it out, guys.
In or out? How do you prefer this to open?
In. Out. I don't know.
It has a better stop, I think, going in. We'll learn.
I actually need to raise that up a little bit so that it doesn't drag, but we'll get there. Do you see this? This is a fully enclosed garden. I could not be more excited for this. I really couldn't. Ralph had given us some fencing and we were going to put that around to save some money. And if I'm being really honest, I didn't realize how much stretching had to go into that type of fencing. So for me, this was a very simple fix. You put it up, zip tie it, it's done type thing. I like simple things. I'm sorry, Ralph. I'm sure we'll find another use for that fencing. But my next steps are to come back and over the cattle panels, I have a roll of black hardware cloth that I'm gonna zip tie to them just to keep all the little critters out. When I looked out the window this morning, there was a bunny sitting in front of Kyle's truck, just hanging out, just chilling. And I don't want him coming in and eating my garden.
Yeah, and these cattle panels aren't gonna stop that for sure.
He can go right through them.
I do gotta say though, I remember Dad talking about he went through some iterations Like eventually I think groundhogs got into his, and so he had to alter some things. So I think it's pretty common to at least, you know, this will keep the deer out, this will keep our own goats out,
yes,
keep our own dogs out, and any larger animals than, you know, a 6-inch square. But yeah, it may need a little bit more reinforcing to keep out other sized critters, right?
And I will get to that. You know, I really wanted a garden last year, and it was one of those things where it was just too much. We just couldn't make it happen. So the fact that we're this far on a garden this year, I am so stinking excited. And I have been putting my plants outside to harden them off. I have to say, the first day I did it, I left them out way too long and burned a whole bunch of the leaves.
You were a nervous Nelly.
But I think they're gonna make a comeback. I think it's okay. And yesterday I put the plants out again for a little while, and I think it was like 3 or 4 hours that I left them out. They were in the shade. So I'm gonna start that process of extending the time, but like days like today when it's raining, they're not coming outside. So hopefully I can get them in the ground soon. I told Kyle, if I can get anything to grow and produce anything whatsoever, I will be happy.
You already are, babe. Look at this.
Weeds.
Weeds. Weeds.
So I'm super excited about the garden. I kept Bruno in here with me last night while Kyle ran and shut the gate, and it was really nice to have him in a confined space for just a little bit.
I hate to admit it, but it's so nice and peaceful to even just have, like, you know, let's say all the goats were out and they decided to turn on us. I could quickly run in here and be like, hey, everybody calm down.
That's true.
But no, seriously though, at night when your little solar lights turn up and everything, like, it's just so cool looking in here. And
I cannot wait to get some plants in here.
I think a lot of it too, for you especially, is, you know, the feeling. I remember when we did the goat pen, you know, you make that progress, you have the design idea kinda, and then you turn that into a reality. And it's just a really joyful moment to know that all your hard work
is coming to
came
fruition.
together. Yeah, this is great, babe.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
So again, Stan, thanks, buddy.
Thank you so much, Stan.
You just showed up, you're like, let's just do it. Now, I gotta go back around and clip all your zip ties, clean them up a little bit.
You did clip a lot of them though.
I did, but then I kind of stopped because I was sweaty and they slipped a lot and I was trying to tighten them, and I'm just making excuses.
That's fine.
So yes, the garden is underway. She got her other little trellis up. We've got this beautiful trellis. As soon as her plants are ready to be outside in the elements, she's gonna put them in the raised beds.
Hey, I even burned all the plants on the ground again.
Yeah, Shannon's turned into a little bit of a pyro with that torch and that propane tank. She'll go outside randomly and I'm like, what's she doing? And then I smell a little bit of smoke. I look over here and she's just torching everything, which is great. Now I just got to get her to lose her way and go hit the stuff in the middle of my driveway.
My attention span only allows me to do that for so long.
What's up, Big Bubba?
Hey, Herc.
I know, you're not afraid of any rain, are you?
You're
Anytime
so handsome.
you see straw hanging out of his jowls, that means he just woke up from a nap. Boy, you know what?
It stinks over here.
I just caught a whiff. Forgot to tell you guys. I mentioned this earlier in the video. When we were down here feeding yesterday, I had everybody out grazing. We had a heck of a time getting the goats back in the pen because Stan was here, we were working, and things were just not normal for them, which is totally fine. Got to train them some way. And I think Shannon was getting the food scoops and I was over here in the nursery getting Herc's food ready, and I heard the electric fence. So the electric fence pulses about every second or so, and you can hear it, especially at the charger, you hear a little click. Because you guys didn't know what a click sounded like. But if you get a good sized limb or weeds or something in the fence and it's sitting there continually shocking it, you can hear that click at the fence where it's happening. And so I heard that and I just kind of said, hey, wait. And I listen, and it doesn't sound too far over here. So I kind of trying to follow the fence with my eyes, and I see a log, a pretty good sized log that came down and is on the bottom string of one part of the fence. And I was like, oh crud, that's what that is. Like, it's pinned the thing down and all that. So I came over to remove the log, and it's not a log, not at all. Check this out, guys. I did a very little bit of research this morning. We encountered these when I was a kid, but Mr. Hercules had to protect himself and his herd. Get ready for the squeamish, folks. It's about to get a little worse. That's a
thing
big
is
O snapper turtle, guys.
huge.
And like I said, I looked him up this morning. Golly, it stinks
smells
so
so bad.
bad.
Both of our sniffers are broken.
Oh man, I don't even know what that is eating him. Roaches, beetles, I don't know. He's big. So I think because he's got that smooth shell or smoother shell, I'm not 100% sure, but I don't know that he's an alligator snapper. There is a difference between alligator snappers and common snappers. Not that it really matters. I gotta walk away from it. I don't know why I'm still standing over here. You're the man. I love you. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. So when I walked up to it, you could tell that thing's face was exactly where Herc had to attack. Now it was in the fence. I mean, that line was like stuck on him. I had to get a stick and pull that line off the back of it. I've gone through, I don't know how many scenarios in my head. You know, at first you're like, did this turtle get shocked to death? Like, did it walk into this fence and just stay there and eventually it killed him? No, after a little further inspection, you could tell this was messed up. And Herc, his job, whether it's a rabbit, a turtle, a bird, a frog, he doesn't let things in his pen. Case in point, that's a huge snapper turtle. I mean, that thing's neck, now it's a little bloated right now, but that thing's neck is at least that big around. I didn't see it living. I've never seen that on the land. The one I've seen is maybe about 4.5, 5 miles away from here. Other than that, we just got the little normal turtles. But I would assume maybe with all the rain that we've had, we do collect some water down on the other side of Goatville, down by the driveway. We've got that stream in the back. And then there are ponds and other water sources around here. So maybe it was just traveling, or maybe it was living somewhere in Goatville. I don't really know, but he has been evicted permanently.
Well, he's not completely evicted yet.
Yeah.
He still smells real bad.
So,
real bad.
Blessing in disguise. Ugh. Stan was here yesterday, and Stan has lived in the country his whole life for the most part. And he's got a lot of experience with stuff like this. And I have to admit, it kind of broke Stan's heart. And I knew this about Stan before this incident. The man loves turtles. I think he has a pet turtle that he's had for I don't even know how long. And when I say pet, he didn't go to the store and buy a turtle. He rescued this turtle, and now it's his pet. And so randomly I get pictures of his pet turtle. And it's stinking awesome. So absolutely nothing was done here with ill intentions. It was Hercules protecting his goats, protecting himself. Those things can bite extremely hard. So I'm very, very thankful that Herc is not injured.
None of our goats are injured.
Yeah, I don't really know how he pulled that off quietly. I don't know. He just does his job, and I'm very proud of him. Not necessarily for killing a big snapper turtle, but for doing his job.
But for taking out a threat.
That's right. And now that thing is so bloated. Stan warned me. He said, dude, yeah, your best bet for the smell would be get it out of there, take it somewhere else. But he said that thing is so bloated that you go to try to move that and it may pop, for lack of a different descriptor. And then he said, you got a whole new smell on your hands. So it is right inside that fence, so nature can't really get to it like it would if I took something out back in the woods, because Herc's in there. So the critters that would normally come and take care of that and haul that thing off, they're not doing it. But there are a ton of bugs doing their work. We're just gonna keep an eye on it, see how quickly it decomposes, the whole 9 country life. I don't know. Why are you guys hearing about this? Because we're experiencing it for the first time, and it's our country life experience.
And it smells terrible.
And it smells awesome.
Terrible.
I mean, terrible. Yeah, the bad thing is there's no breeze, there's no wind. Obviously, it's raining, so it's humid-ish. But when it stops raining, it'll be super humid again, so the smell just sits.
Yeah.
And you just get whiffs of it every so often.
I know I've been complaining about the rain, but I actually do really enjoy the peacefulness of the rain. I just flung water at you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Sorry.
After experiencing the more...
Here, how do I need to do this? I'm just gonna stand in the rain with Kyle. How about
I'm
that?
so proud, and you just rubbed your umbrella against my leg.
I'm sorry.
Hi, big handsome boy.
It wasn't intentional.
He says, are you proud about my turtle hunting?
Of course.
Man, dude.
You're so handsome.
You're something else, big guy. I love you. You getting hit in the eyes with a little rain? He's doing so well. I want to give you guys an update. I'm not going to do it right now. Maybe in the next video, we'll get him and Bruno out again.
Yeah.
They've made a lot of progress. We've let them push the limits, get a little further into their relationship building, if you will. And quite honestly, I think it's coming along very well. And
Yeah.
I'm very proud of both dogs, especially for being completely different style of dogs as far as their job and everything. But Hercules is just, he's a trooper, man. And you know, miraculously, he was covered in mud yesterday. It's raining today.
He's white.
He's got a bath out here somewhere. He's taking baths on his own.
Well, he has his pool, you know.
No, that's true. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go up and Google some recipes for turtle soup. It's about lunchtime, and Shannon really wants some turtle soup for some reason. I don't know why.
He thinks he's so funny.
You're laughing, I'm laughing. That's all that really matters,
That's
right?
true. It's true.
All right. Well, I think it's time we get a little muddy and go see some goaties.
Fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Fortunately, we have a good aroma to work to, you know.
It's following us, guys.
I can
it's
smell
awful.
it. Yeah, we're every bit of 80, 90 yards away,
It's awful.
and it reeks.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to enjoy this rainy day as much as we can. We hope you do the same if it's raining where you are.
Yeah.
If not, just enjoy your day. We love and appreciate each and every one of you. We thank you so much for coming on this journey with us. And as always, we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Hey, babe. Since you're my little pyro now with your torch, I'm really going to need you to come and torch all this right here, or it will make its way to your garden. So I'm looking out for you here.
I'm on it. I'll get it taken care of.
Torch this, you'll be golden, I
Thank
promise.
you. I'll get it taken care of.
You're the best. Appreciate you.
No problem.